Hello, you're welcome to the Jackie Talks show. It is my pleasure to share with you today from the book of Ruth in the Bible. And I'm sharing this because there are many lessons that singles can learn, particularly matured singles on, from the life of Ruth and her story. This is because, you look at Ruth and you think, how did that even happen? Because sometimes I'm like that, like, how did that happen? A widow, you know, who the only difference I see between her and any other, woman, even Oprah, her sister, is the fact that she followed the God of Naomi. That's the major thing. I think that's the turning point for her. That was a turning point for her. That was the major thing she did that turned her life around. That was the major thing she did that brought her Mr. Right, that brought Boaz her way. And so I thought to share because I have a lot of singles who send me DMs, oh, I'm single, I'm matured, I didn't think I would be still single at this age. I expect I would have been married. How long more is it going to take? What do I do? Am I not putting myself out there enough? I get a whole lot of this. And I totally understand how you feel, at least to a very large extent. I was single for a while as well, but maybe not in my 30s, but I understand what it means to wait on something and, have an expectation that this would happen at a particular time and it doesn't happen. At least I know that we have gone through such, period of waiting. It may not always be for marriage. Sometimes it's for a child. Sometimes it's for a job. Sometimes it's for, that next thing that should happen, and then it doesn't happen. But what lessons can you pick from Ruth? And I think we'll start first with what I have said. Major thing was Ruth was looking for a better life. You're wondering, how does that apply to me? It applies to you as a single who is ready for marriage, but what exactly are you looking out for? What exactly do you have eyes for? Just marriage or a better life? Because one of the things that marriage should bring to every single person is that it must give you a better life. It must give you a better life. It must, the life you live as a single person, by the time you're married, the life you live as a married person should be far better than what you were, what it was when you were single. The point is, when God brings one person together with another person into the fold of marriage, it is for better. And so, as a single person who is seriously waiting now, your first thing to do is to have a better life picture in your mind. Because it was a better life picture that Ruth had that made her say, you know what, Naomi, even though Naomi was very bitter, she was a bitter woman when she was saying, you guys just go away, because I just want to go back to where I came from, and I'll be fine. Maybe I'll have some peace of mind, maybe some new life over there, or just die, whatever. She was very bitter, like, just go, you this Moabite, just go. But even with that bitterness, which anybody would have taken as, was I the one who killed your children, your husband, and all of that. Ruth was very sensitive to say, I want to go with you. Even though all of these bad things have happened to you, despite the fact that I know that you are a child of God, I want to go with you. Even in that, Ruth saw a better life with following Naomi. Ruth saw a better life with following Naomi. What do you see as a single person? Whilst you're looking out for the man and, hoping that he would come. And remember, we don't search, ideally a man finds us. Based on the little I know about the Bible, a man will find you, and that's what happened to Ruth as well. If you look at the Bible and scriptures very well, you will realize that it was Boaz who noticed her first when she was in the fields and made inquiry about her. And that's what should happen. So that's one thing. And I think I've said it, which is the fact that what better life are you looking at? Are you looking at? Are you hoping for? What big picture do you have in your mind about your union? Because sometimes if you don't even have it clear in your mind, the marriage may just not come. Because I know, and as I'm speaking to you, there is so much God has called you to do. There's so much God has put inside of you. There's so much more to your life than just being single and also being married. And so it's important that you have a bit of that picture in your mind. It would help you to even make the right decision. So she was looking out for a better life. She moved on quickly from her past. And she followed after the God of Naomi. Her heart was seeking for God. Her heart wanted more, but from God. She wanted to leave her past, her people, their evil ways, their, what do you call them, idol worship ways and all of that. She wanted more. She wanted better. Don't just want marriage, want a better life. Want a life where two of you would chase 10,000, hundreds of thousands. With that in mind, you will be patient enough to wait for the one God has destined for you. Moving on, she followed God, and she followed the God of Naomi. She had a mentor. She had people who, spoke the right things to her life. People who knew God and what God could do. You need such people around you, because a lot of people will be telling you different things. You should have been married now. Pressure will be coming. You need people who will be telling you the right things at the moment for your journey, because it won't be easy, and I know it. So you want to make sure you have the right circle of friends. You're going to the right events where you're hearing what you need to hear for your now. You are on a journey. You're on a journey. You're not at your destination. And so everything that happens is, they're like landmarks. They're like bus stops. Okay, so at this point that you are at the point of preparation. And that's what was happening to Ruth again, even though she was a widow. But she was back to being single. And apparently God had destined a man for her. And I always say to my singles who are matured and trust in God, I say, if God can give Ruth, a widow, a fantastic unmarried husband, sometimes, it doesn't matter. Your husband could be a widow, so I'm not ruling that out. Or a widower, forgive me. It could be, but the point is, if God could give Ruth, a widow, a fantastic single man, a great guy, a rich guy, a honest, a man of integrity, why won't he give you? He will give you. I just need you to hold on to him, knowing that he does not sleep over your matter. As long as you're a child of God, his eyes are on you and he sees. He knows why you're having to go through today, tomorrow, and why you're going to still have to dance at your wedding ceremony. He knows, and he has the time and plan for everything. Just wait. Wait. I always say this prayer a lot. I do not want to run ahead of you, my Lord, and my spirit, and the spirit of the Holy, the spirit of the Lord. I want you to be ahead of me. I want to follow closely. And that's what you should be saying as well, even as you wait. And know that you call it wait, God doesn't call it wait. The scripture says in Habakkuk 2 that it would come without delay. So you are calling it delay, but it's not delay. He's preparing you. It's not your time. It makes all things beautiful in its time for different people at different time. Please take that on. Follow God. Do what you can do as a single person for God, with God, in God, by God. This is very crucial. I don't think that Ruth had landed or settled in so well by the time Naomi said to her, go to so and so field and glean there, And she took action. She went to look for what they would eat. She didn't get busy doing this and saying, oh, when would this happen? Look at my life, look at me. No. She didn't give room to that. And don't give room to that. Because God is able. And he will sort you out. Like I say to one of my singles, mature singles, who is really, trusting God. I said to her, just go and get everything ready. Plan the wedding. Let everything be on your, have your list already. Who's going to be the vendor? The woman usually does most of the planning anyway. So just have everything planned on paper. When God brings the man, run through the plans and that's it. Be ready. Be ready even more so for the calling ahead, for the future that God has for you and that man. Be ready. That's what, and then when you get married, you just see these people just saying, oh, look at the speed in their marriage. Look at how things are going on for them. No, it's the preparation. And so Ruth followed, she obeyed.